repetitive content changes your behavior. And you don't know this. And even if you do know it, you can't really see it happening in real time. I'll give you a good example. In 2001, there was a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds with Angelina Jolie. That movie was about car theft. So there's a lot of repetitive car theft scenes there. It was your typical Hollywood script. Nicolas Cage's brother got into some problem with the local thug. The local thug was going to kill Nicolas Cage's brother. But then the thug remembered Nicolas Cage himself just got out of prison. He's the best car thief in the United States. So he said, I won't kill your brother. You got to steal 100 cars from me in 24 hours. They didn't film all 100 getting stolen, but they filmed like 20, 25. So when you're sitting there in the theater, this part of the brain I've already elaborated on is proven through the research, doesn't know the difference between real time, imagined thought, and what's on the screen. So when you're in the cinema, this protective, loving, properly functioning part of your brain thinks you're now in a car theft tribe. And to bond inside a car theft tribe, what do you think you got to do? Well, you got to steal cars. And when that movie came out in Burnaby, BC, Canada, car theft went up 70% in the first 4 days.
Wow.
Right.
It's another one is A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
When A Clockwork Orange came out, Stanley Kubrick, who apparently was a guy of integrity. I don't know, but it was the number one film in the world, but the violent crime had gone up so bad in England with people running around with those white outfits on, beating up old ladies and robbing people. He said, pull the movie or I'm never making another movie for you again.
Yeah, because humans mimic, copy, and emulate the most repetitive content in their environment. So the reason this group we're dealing with says what's on the screen at noon will be on the street at night. So whatever you want to do, and the more poison someone is, the more they will do whatever's on the screen. So this is why the poisoning is always ramping up wildly. So the reason I say that again is someone might say, well, it doesn't matter if I watch Adam Sandler or Kevin Spade or whoever these guys are. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Because it's proven that you only need 2 repetitive images or patterns or themes to change your behavior to make your subconscious believe that the bigger herd is over there. And its job is not only to find the bigger herd, but make you adopt its belief system and go over and hang out over there.
Go ahead. Can we watch it though? Since we know, like now I watch it, I see what they're doing and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with the entertainment. Although it's really hard for me to watch these films anymore because I see what they're doing.
Well, I tell people I think you should watch them because it'll be if you're aware of what's happening, you're in a different brainwave state. It's called beta brainwave state. If you're awake and kind of watching, and don't watch your actor, please. Because all of their imagery is over in the sides, hanging on the wall. Mm-hmm. Okay? So watch your movies, but the first thing you want to look for is coffee and alcohol. And then look for disempowered males and super strong females along with the disempowered males. Like look for Thor in Avengers. I don't know what there was an Avengers edition where Thor, he got scared because he cut Thanos' arm off, and Thanos deserved it. Should have cut off his head, but I think he just cut off his arm. And then Thor has some trauma. Yeah, okay. So then Thor ends up having a beer belly. He's drinking beer with his weird alien friends. He's playing video games. Understand that is not by chance. It's there to disempower the males because this part of the brain doesn't know when one movie starts and one movie ends and another one begins. It just counts the contents and puts it in that column. Mm-hmm. And the more repetitive, tracking that you get in this column, the more you're prone to adopt that behavior as your own. So even in the same movie, Thanos came back to life, but who beat up Thanos at the very end? Supergirl. And all the movies are like that. All of them. And even I watched yesterday, I watched a movie coming over from Europe to Mexico, and it was about I think it was called The Trap. And it was with this old male hottie actor from the 90s called Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Right. And he is a psychopath. He's a serial killer, a psychopathic serial killer. And he gets captured by who? An FBI agent, female, and a female rock star. So, what you're going to see is this total disempowerment, disregard. You know, the masculinization is in the sewer, and that's all on purpose. And at the same time, Supergirl, Wonder Woman. Now, there's reasons for this. And the reasons we're starting to see it right now, because we want the women, this group wants the women through mind control to believe they're stronger than men.
Mm-hmm.
And when you run into a average female today, you get this vibe that they actually believe they could karate chop you and kick you and beat you up, and they're more powerful than you and have a better say than you. This is a trap because they want the decoupled female and the the demasculinized male, because neither of them are the target. First, you make the feminized male, which takes away the protection of the female. Then you make the female believe they're so strong they don't need their men. Now you have this ego inflated single female living alone with her children. Who do you think the real targets are here?
Right.
The children. This group, as always, for thousands of years, love kids.
Mm-hmm.
They love to sacrifice kids. They love to have sex with kids. They like to molest kids and abuse kids. And who's easier to get out of the way as the last pawn in that chess game to get to the kid is the single, ego-driven female.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna the cabal will just take their finger like this and just flick them into the nether sphere.